If I tell you the truth about what happened between me and Liam, you might never look at me the same way again. Hello everyone, my name is Emily. I was born and raised in a quiet little town in Maine, a place where tree-lined streets and endless rows of cozy homes made life feel safe and predictable. I spent most of my childhood in a modest house, filled with warmth and laughter. My mother was the kindest soul, always greeting me with a smile from the moment I woke up to the gentle hum of her voice at bedtime as she moved through the kitchen. My father, a man of few words but unwavering values, worked tirelessly to support us. Life was simple, but it felt beautiful, or at least, that's what I believed. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more unbelievable true stories like this one. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to hear might change the way you view love, family, and fate. When I was just 15, my world collapsed. My mother fell ill suddenly and passed away in what felt like the blink of an eye. I barely had time to understand what was happening. After her funeral, everything in the house changed. My father, once strong and reliable, became a shadow of himself. We still lived together, eating at the same table, following the same routines, but the laughter was gone. The house somehow felt larger, emptier. By the time I turned 18, my father remarried. I knew he deserved happiness, but it still struck me hard. His new wife, Claire, was gentle and compassionate, nothing like the wicked stepmother stories I had imagined. She also brought with her a son, Liam. He was a year younger than me. At first, things were uncomfortable. Liam was polite but distant, clearly just as uneasy with the new family dynamic. We exchanged awkward hellos at dinner, avoided eye contact in the living room, and kept our conversations painfully short. But gradually, something began to shift. Liam would help set the table, or pass the bread with a quiet, almost bashful smile. His glances lingered longer than they should have, and I found myself wondering what they meant. I told myself it was innocent, sibling-like affection, nothing more. Still, every time he brushed past me or sat too close, my heart would race. Sometimes at night, Liam would wander into my room under the pretense of chatting before bed. We'd sit in the dark whispering about school, our lives, and the strange mess of becoming a blended family. One evening, he stayed longer than usual. The silence between us was heavy, and when our eyes met, something passed between us, something neither of us dared to say aloud. I gave a subtle nod, telling him silently that it was okay to stay. I liked Liam more than I should have. It wasn't just that he was attractive, there was something about his quiet vulnerability that pulled me in. We both lived upstairs, while our parents slept below, separated by creaky floors and half-closed doors. The closeness, mixed with isolation, created an odd kind of intimacy. In the evenings, we'd sit side by side pretending to watch TV, both of us painfully aware of the space between us and how much we wanted to close it. And then came the night that changed everything. Our parents decided to take a short trip, leaving Liam and me home alone for 5 days. We told ourselves it would just be a quiet break, nothing major. That first night, we threw on a random romantic movie, more interested in the snacks and freedom than the plot. At first, it was easy, laughter, casual chat, but when the couple on-screen kissed, a strange tension filled the room. I could feel Liam's eyes on me, and before I could react, he leaned in and kissed me. It was rushed, awkward, intense. Every emotion we had buried suddenly came rushing to the surface. I tried to resist, tried to remind myself of who we were supposed to be to each other, but I couldn't. My body betrayed me. That night, we crossed a line we could never uncross. We didn't talk much afterward. We didn't have to. Everything we had kept locked away had been unleashed. The next morning, I woke up beside Liam as sunlight slipped through my curtains. The house looked the same, but everything inside me had changed. For the rest of the week, we acted like secret lovers hiding from the world. We shared quiet meals, exchanged secret smiles, and stole moments in the dark. But once our parents came back, everything returned to normal. We were step-siblings again, at least on the outside. Only the lingering touches and late-night visits reminded us of the world we had created together. I hated myself for it, but I couldn't stop. Eventually, I started taking birth control in secret, desperate to feel some sense of control over the situation. Guilt gnawed at me every day, but it wasn't enough to pull me away from Liam. A year later, Liam graduated and moved away for college. I knew it was the end. Our forbidden, fragile, beautiful thing was over. The house felt colder without him, but I forced myself to move on. I got a job as an office assistant at a small digital company. It wasn't glamorous, but it gave me structure, a reason to keep looking forward instead of back. That's when I met Daniel. Daniel was everything Liam couldn't be. He owned a successful hair salon, carried himself with quiet confidence, and treated me like someone worth loving, truly loving. There were no secrets with him, no shame. We fell in love easily, naturally. Within a year, we were married. Now we have a beautiful child, a peaceful home, and a life that feels stable and real. Everything I once believed was out of reach. Daniel is a good man, a loving husband, a wonderful father. And yet, sometimes at night, as I lie beside him and listen to the rhythm of his breathing, memories of Liam creep into my thoughts. They're bittersweet, a haunting reminder of a love that was wrong, but real. I often wonder, should I tell Daniel about my past? Would he still look at me the same way? Or would he see only betrayal? The guilt is a weight I carry behind every smile, every kiss. I don't know if I should confess and risk destroying the life we've built, or stay silent to protect the family we have now. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? Would you tell the truth, or would you keep it buried? Let me know in the comments. Because right now, I'm standing at a crossroads, and I don't know which way to go.